Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the February 26th edition of WAtv. We are coming to you today from Studio 22. I'm Steven.
And I'm Izzy. And today we'll get you caught up on some opportunities around Wheaton Academy, challenge your student body with a difficult question, and introduce you to another teacher's story. But first, our My Wheaton Academy segment is back, and this time we learn a little about freshman Gracie Ghosh. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Gracie Ghosh, and this is My Wheaton Academy. So I am a part of the Furnace Improv team, and just after school practices and being a part of that family and going to shows, and also just like the simple things, paying attention in chapel, and being positive towards people and inviting people. Like, there are ways you can easily participate in the community that we have at Wheaton Academy. I chose to come here because both of my brothers came here previously, and they spoke really highly of it, and just the community and the people here and all the staff. One of the things that I think makes this place special is just the people that you're constantly surrounded by. They're always spreading positivity, and like, they never tear you down, but they're always lifting you up, and they're so encouraging, and they're like passionate about what you're passionate about, and you're just surrounded by love all the time, and yeah.
We want to thank Gracie Ghosh for sharing a bit about her own life. Gracie is one of many freshmen that have really amazing stories. Don't just limit the stories you hear to your own class or friend group. Expand our community by talking to people you don't know.
Now let's get into a couple of announcements before we look at another segment. Investment Club is starting this Wednesday at lunch. If you are interested in the stock market, please come. We will be meeting in Mr. Broman's room, Academy Hall 116, during lunch on Wednesdays. All are welcome.
February 28th is the last day to register for AP exams. The registration link was sent to all AP students through their WA Scholar accounts. If you have questions, talk to your AP teacher or see Ms. Mitchell in Student Services. Have you ever wondered if you could go somewhere for lunch and still have enough time to get back before the bell? Anders Gustafson and Will Pritchard give us their take in, Can You Off-Campus That?
In the very first episode of Can You Off-Campus That?, on-the-scenes reporter Will Pritchard and elusive cameraman Anders Gustafson bring down the verdict on a particular fast food chain we all know and love.
Will, don't forget to sign out.
Oh, but I'm gonna need parents' permission, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So should I go call?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think you
yes.
should.
I'll go call. My mom's not answering, so let's see. I'll shoot her a quick text.
You get it?
Yeah. She said she'll text Dara.
Nice.
We can go.
After signing out, the boys can finally hit the road.
Nice. My car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you have bottles of maple syrup in here?
Where do I even put these? For the sake of the experiment, Will be driving exactly the speed limit, as well as following all necessary traffic laws. Assuming the lunch schedule is one of the combined lunches, Will would need to get the food and come back within around 40 minutes in order to receive the CYOCT seal of approval.
Oh, jeez.
We hit a red.
Well, that's gonna
You guys,
decrease our time.
you
gotta be prepared for the unexpected.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. You know, you get stuck behind one of these guys too. Don't want that.
No.
The boys eventually arrive at McDonald's, and since it's still early in the morning, they order 1 Egg McMuffin, 1 hash brown, and a drink.
That was very fast.
Oh my gosh, make a decision.
We'll just go with the original taste.
I mean, I hate to say this, but we're kind of on a time crunch here.
Oh, my bad. All right. Yeah, we can go. Oh, ow!
Speed bumps.
Speed bumps.
The time of departure was 9:52 a.m. After signing back in with the front office, the boys clock in at a time of 28 minutes. With 12 minutes of extra time to sit down and eat or prepare for your next class, McDonald's earns a CYOCT seal of approval.
Wow, what an adventure. I'm Will Pritchard from WAtv, signing out.
We look forward to seeing what else earns that coveted CYOCT seal of approval. Thanks, Anders and Will. It was a busy week for 3 of our Wheaton Academy families. Mrs. Perry, Mr. Dominguez, and Mrs. and Mr. Ball are new proud parents. Deanna Perry was born on February 22nd at 9:11 p.m. Stephen Elliott Ball was also born on February 22nd. He was born at 6.2 pounds and 20 inches. And Ivy Eloise Violet Dominguez was born on February 19th. Congratulations to all the new parents.
For this In the News segment, Noah Wilding takes a look at the upcoming election and how to get involved. Here's Noah.
Thanks, Stephen. Midterm elections are coming up. The Democratic and Republican nominees for the officers of Governor, Attorney General, Secretary of State, Comptroller, and Treasurer will be chosen in this election. Judicial and congressional seats are also up for grabs. Some big names up for re-election are Republican Governor Bruce Rauner, Democrat Secretary of State Jesse White, and District 6 Congressman Peter Roskam. If you haven't registered yet, go to ova.elections.il.gov and fill out the information. You're going to need to know your social security number and have your driver's license on you. The time has passed to fill out a form in person, but it is still possible to register online, but not for much longer. Wait too long or you won't be able to vote until the November 6th general election. If you're 18, remember to register and exercise your right to vote. And if you're not eligible yet, make sure to keep informed about the people who represent you. Millennials make up about 1/3 of the U.S. population and vote the least. We seniors are an opinionated class and your voice deserves to be heard. So if you have the opportunity to vote and you don't complain. That's all for In the News. I'm Noah Wilding.
Thanks, Noah. Our next When They Were in High School segment is focused this time on the science faculty. Wondering who it is? Check it out.
We're all in this together. Once we know that we're all stars, and we see that we're all.
Well, this is me, my high school year. You can see there's a bit more hair, a little less hair. There you can see why I probably grew the beard in the first place. Great bow tie, you might notice there. Before going into high school, I had a meeting with my counselor at Madison High School, north of Detroit. And in that meeting, she suggested that, I should go to a form of a trade school, range flowers, be a cook, etc. And I realized during that meeting she was talking to me based on a test I had taken that I didn't even remember. And I realized, a number of years later, after having a bachelor's, a degree in science, and graduating from high school, obviously, and a master's in the CAS, that as I look back on that experience, I realized I am not defined by a test score or a grade, or even really the performance that I had at any given moment in time. I'm a child of God, not defined by anything else.
Thanks for all the ways you add to our community, Mr. Ellis. We appreciate you a lot. Most sports have wrapped up for the winter, but John Cram still has a bit of news to give you. Take it away, John.
Thanks, Izzy. With girls basketball and wrestling finished for the winter season, we only have one sport left to talk about. Our boys basketball team won a thriller last week against Riverside Brookfield, claiming a share of the MSC conference title. They look to extend their season in the first round of the regionals on Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. at St. Francis. Get out there and give them your support. For those of you looking to get involved in a friendly game of dodgeball, there will be a dodgeball tournament on Thursday, March 1st at 7 p.m. in the wrestling room. Teams will need 6 people. There is a sign-up sheet on Coach Swider's office door. See him with any questions. Our own Gerald Blackman went around this week to ask people a question of the week. Check it out.
What's the best pizza topping?
I'm sorry, pizza taco? What?
The question is, Do straws have 2 holes or 1?
Well, personally, I think it's just a tunnel. So yeah, 1 hole, and it's just a continuous hole through the way.
It's a continuous hole. Do straws have 2 holes or 1 hole? A straw.
I'm gonna say 3 holes.
Straws have 3 holes. Do straws have 2 holes or 1?
1. 2. Probably 1.
Does it have 2 holes?
No.
How many holes?
1.
Do straws have 2 holes?
No, they don't have any holes.
Straws do not have any holes.
I'm gonna go with 1 long hole.
Straws have 1.
We have a Twitter poll at the Real WAtv. Please vote, and we will let you know the final results in our next episode.
To wrap up today's episodes, here's Jamal on 4 things you need to know.
Thanks, Izzy. Let's get to our 4 things to know. Number 1, our boys basketball regional game is at St. Francis at 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday night. Number 2, with next year's registration quickly approaching, consider joining our WAtv team next year and register for our class. Number 3, on Thursday, the entire student body will get a chance to watch this year's musical, Joseph. This is a chance to celebrate so many of our students' hard work for the last 6 weeks. It's going to be an awesome show. And number 4, don't forget that there is no school on Friday of this week. Oh yeah, and next week we have no school off too. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at The Real WAtv for information or to leave comments. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in into WAtv from all of us at Studio 22. Have a great day.